Hey guys, welcome back to another Sage Dragon presentation. So hopefully you guys have by now watched the RPE breakdown and elaboration. So now as I use that RPE system to program here, we can follow along. So one little bit of caveat, I only have so big of a whiteboard. And this corner here is actually done in permanent marker because those are Jamie and I's personal goals. So they always permanently stay up there. I don't erase them until we achieve them. So for now, simply to give you guys a visual aid so you can follow along, I've written out 5 days here. And I'm going to just put the caveat on that we're going to assume the 2 days that aren't on the calendar are our active and passive recovery days. So we're just going to assume that. We're just going to assume for simplicity's sake that you have a Monday through Friday volume structure. Now, not all of you are going to have that. That's totally fine. Doesn't fucking matter. This is just to illustrate today with a visual medium. So let's say that Monday, International Chest Day, right? So let's say Monday, we're going to do push-pull. Push-pull. So I can do my chesty days and get my antagonist-agonist relation filled in the same way, right? I want to not have to account for a back day other than my compound back day, so I'm going to do a push-pull day. I'm going to do this push-pull day because I know that it's not max-out day. Because I know that, I'm going to do this at an RPE of approximately 5 to 6. We might hit consistent 2 sets in a row of 6 over the course of our push-pull day. All right. So now, the next way that I'm going to personally program is the next day. Next day, I'm not going to hit anything with any agonists. So because I did bench today, I'm not going to squat on Tuesday. I happen to notice in myself and in the majority of my clients, majority of shoulder problems actually come from squatting after bench day when your bench day hasn't fully recovered and you're still in that hypertonic, tight, we just work the muscles out type of thing. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put my squat day, I'm going to create a spacer day here, and I'm going to put my squat day, squat / press, lower body press. On Wednesday at an RPE probably, it's a squat day, so it'll probably be between that's a 7. I need to write a 6. You can tell I'm left-handed because I ain't right. But anyways, so I'm actually going to create a spacer day here, right? So maybe my RPE, maybe my Monday push-pull day doesn't hit the highest RPE, which is fine, because we're going to do this again, I'm assuming, the following day. Because this is a lifestyle. We're gonna hit it regardless. But how do we build a schedule in which we can hit it consistently and get enough rest and recovery that we continue to see our gains? So, couple options on this Tuesday flex. This Tuesday flex, I can either, depending on where I am in the training day, or in the training week, in the micro, meso, macro schedule phasing of it all. Because here's another thing. This 3-week span, This 3 weeks that we're looking at today, that we're planning out today, this is a mesocycle. It's a medium length. If it was just this 1 week, that'd be a microcycle. If it was just these 2 weeks, it'd be a microcycle. But once it hits the end of this 3rd week, we get into the small end of the mesocycle. So, to account for that, what I'm going to do Tuesday is I'm either going to do another RPE 4 to 6. So I'm not even going into 7. I'm not even getting into that intense. I'm just in that moderate. I'm just like picking weights up and putting them down with kind of a casual care in the world on this Tuesday. Or I'm just going to take an active recovery day and I'm going to do something like Tai Chi, Qigong. I might do a boxing workout with low intensity, not trying to gas myself, just trying to, grease the groove on my left hand, my right hand, my hooks, my uppercuts, whatever. So I'm either going to do an RPE 4 to 6, body weight only, so I'll either do an RPE 4 to 6, body weight only, no fucking gear, no equipment. We did that shit on Monday. Push-pull day. Or I'm going to do a work in. I'm not trying to work out every day. We need to work in and facilitate the growth that comes from tomorrow's exercise. So I might do some Tai Chi. Tai Chi, Qigong, certain highly active yogas where it's more about the transitions between poses than it is about the poses itself, right? Like a yin yoga is all about the positions itself. We're holding positions for 2 to 3 fucking minutes per pose. And we're also not transitioning very quickly. But then on the other side of things, something like, I don't know, I'm probably wrong in the labeling of it, but something like an Ashtanga, where we're going to try and fit fucking 45 or some shit fucking poses in there, 45 plus poses in the course of a half an hour. You're basically doing another position every couple seconds, but you're also not holding any of those positions long enough to fatigue or count it as an isometric. So it just becomes, so what happens with workouts like that is you actually generate more energy than you expel. That's why we call it a work in rather than a work out. When you work out the surplus energy, the surplus built up charge that you have. You work it out. You want to be completely exhausted, fatigued, whatever at the end of that. Now, what you don't want to do is always be emptying out, which is why we try to create these breaks. So anyways, getting back to it. So now after squats and lower body press, we have the option to come back to our upper body moves, to do an upper body move that's different, so maybe an OHP, an overhead press day, at an RPE. We went and capped out at 8 here. Our rest day's coming up. We could hit one more 8 day. So we've got it in our flexibility to hit a 6 to 8 RPE on our overhead press here. It's still an upper body pressing movement, but it's a completely different, it's still the same muscle groups, but it's a different movement pattern, and that's why it's going to end up working for us. I learned a great trick when I used to do calisthenics. I learned that if you've just spent the last 20 minutes doing lunges, if you go spend 5-10 minutes and do push-ups, you can do all 5 or 10 minutes of them fucking push-ups because you're, transposing the lactic acid from one area to another part of the body. It's got to go mobilize all that lactic response. And then it's going to have to just kind of take it up, introduce some ADP or some creatine if you're taking your creatine